think I actually fixed it this time. Oops. I think I actually fixed it. There you go. Now it makes more sense. So if you guys are watching it now, it makes just a tad bit more sense. This is not.
Does it really?
It does make a little bit more sense because we're not playing Phantasmagoria, which is what it was set to. Because
Phantasmagoria, the Lost Levels.
The Lost Levels. Oof, that last stream ended was hilarious.
That was certainly a thing.
All right, so I think I got it all set up. Hello and welcome to the Courtesy Flush.
Somebody here in the chat loves fat chicks.
We're here in the living room. I ignored that last one. We're really actually in the back of a beautiful. We're in the wilderness and there's jazz music being played. So trust me on that. So we're gonna try to build this monstrous, gigantic computer that me and Tex had finally gotten together. We scraped together enough dollars, and now we're gonna build it. So I hope you guys are ready to see something super cursed happen, because I'm fairly certain I'm going to break something very expensive.
Wow, Mike, you say that like you're not actually like professionally certified.
I'm not professionally certified for shit. Yeah. Anyway, let me get that box, that big giant monstrous box computer. Here, Mr. Goat, let me get this computer so they can see it. Here, I'm gonna put these down here because I'm gonna grab them in a minute. All right.
Let's get this out onto a tray.
There it is. It's so big it doesn't even fit into the frame anymore.
Neck hurts.
Yeah, that couch is not comfortable. See, look at this thing.
Yeah, I think I should.
It's a computer case made from metal, mesh, aluminum, and probably tears. So let's take a good look at this.
Not as comfy as I look, Mecha. This is not a very good couch.
So this case is actually the Phantix Enthoo Pro 2, I believe. And what's special about this case, aside from its hugeness and its super nice airflow, is that you can actually put in a smaller computer. Bless you. You can put in a smaller computer right there. You can put in an IPX form factor if you are really that pro gamer. I didn't get it for that reason. I just needed a big freaking case. And then when I read, after I purchased it, because, you know, that's the smart thing to do, after I read the full details of this, I was like, oh shit. So now I have this gigantic space down here that's going to have probably nothing. But don't worry, we'll figure something nice and cursed to put in there. Computers do need beans, honestly. My last case was made from a 96 Ford Fiesta.
Well, isn't this water cooled? Why can't it be bean cooled?
That's true. You know what? I bet you a lot of people who build water cooling never thought to put beans inside the tube. It's a little tip for you right there.
It looks like you just stayed playing at a roadhouse till 3 a.m. Man, I wish. I miss being able to do open mics.
Yeah. Free space for vodka cooling. You're right, actually. I wonder how... I don't know. I'm a little bit dubious on water cooling. I've never actually built a system with custom water cooling. I've always done AIO stuff because I'm scared of water being near my computer parts. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So I already opened the case up. I got all the parts and everything because that whole process is annoying to watch and do. So I wanted to do that before we started. So I will flip it over. Actually, let me show you guys the front I/O on this thing. So when the computer's standing straight up, I got all these fine pieces right here. It feels like a classic computer case. And I can hide it away. I'm one of those weirdos who actually likes to plug things into the front of their computer, I know. So, cooling is the future of gaming. Are you a Mobo in or a Mobo out kind of guy when mounting the CPU? You know, I'm actually a Mobo out kind of guy because I've done enough of this for one lifetime. I think I've learned my lesson. If you're somebody who can do it in the case and you're super efficient with it, you know, that's good for you, man. I'm glad. But I've always just... The one thing you've noticed, if you haven't, there are no fans in this case right now because Mike bought a case with no fans in it. because Mike knows how to purchase things properly. So I actually do have fans coming tomorrow, but we'll just use some, I put them down there. I've got some fans from my previous case that should work just fine. So I'm gonna set this cozy right here, and we're gonna start with the first piece. This is a giant white box that the screen can't really see all that well because it's very bright. But this is the MSI Creator TRX 40. And going with it will be this fine, super overpriced piece of metal and microchip called a Threadripper. And we're going to be doing that. Tex lazily just walks past here. We can hear you because I got the big mic set up.
No.
No. So this will actually be I'm hoping we'll actually make rendering Tex Talks Battletech slightly faster. Because currently I am on a processor that is over 7.5 years old, and yeah, it has been quite a journey. So yes, this is a very ooh and ah system.
Mike, lick the electrical outlets for good luck.
I did. I always do, Taylor, and I think of you and I lick them. Anyway, hey man, you brought it up. Yes, we did go Threadripper. We saved up for quite a long time to get it. I originally looked through multiple different websites on rendering and things like that, and this was the one that came up quite a bit. This is the 3970. Wow. Tex is getting ice. It sounds like he's murdering somebody in there. On this microphone, it's just super loud. But yeah. Yeah, just wanted to give that a little sniff. But yeah, this fancy, gigantic processor that costs way too much money will hopefully be able to render out something. I already did a pre-render of the Rifleman video that we worked on, and it turns out that video took, I stopwatched it, 27 hours to render everything, including the animation and the video itself.
Holy shit.
27 hours.
No wonder you keep watching all those terrible Steven Seagal movies and what happens.
Yeah, so what Goat is referencing is that Tex and I, when we're waiting for things to render, because we can't sleep, we'll just sit out here in the living room and we'll watch really horrible movies. And the last one we picked was a real winner called The Perfect Weapon, starring Steven Seagal. And yeah, so they give us a fine little sticker that will probably go somewhere on the computer as usual. Oh, a nice little screwdriver to help drive it in, because they want to make sure you get the right one, I'm assuming. And this is the cooling bracket, which I believe has to go into the back of the computer. We're gonna find out. This is a journey I'm taking with you guys, because, as I said, I'm making horrible decisions. So give me another sticker on the book here. Let's see. Warning: radioactive. I'm not worried about that. No, I see. So if I wanted to have like a mega cool cooler. Oh, so here's how you put it in. All right. So you gotta loosen them, and then it's like a slidey little thing. Processors are getting more and more complicated. I'm hoping it does render like mad, because Wiggum's like, Tex is very loud and not at all distracting. But yeah, this thing will render like mad. At least I'm hoping. Tex is trying to quietly, he's like walking like a cartoon character, trying to walk into his room. He just got off work, so he's trying to have his work day calm down juice. Yeah, but yeah, Threadripper. It smells like a new car for some reason. I don't know why people like that smell. It makes me dizzy. Yeah, look at this, Tex. It's a fantastic shiny object that costs way too much money.
I know. Assembled by only the finest Chinese slave labor.
Oh my god. This is made in Malaysia. And diffused in Taiwan, and then diffused again in USA.
Probably ethnic Chinese labor.
God, Goat, you're such a doomer. Anyway. let's get this processor out onto a tray.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll keep the instructions where I will lose them and never see them and go, what the fuck, where'd they go? Because, I mean, when you work on anything, you gotta kind of yell at it a little bit. You gotta yell at where to find it, you know? Yeah. Fine little box here. This is probably the heaviest motherboard I've ever opened. It weighs way too much. And you guys, it's got 2 trays that kind of come out. They're tightly packed in here. And this is the motherboard itself. I'm just gonna eat that over there for now. This is the fine. Please remove the blocker to get to the motherboard. Oh, nice little warning there. Oh, this one doesn't come up. Yep. Oh, yeah, you know, I thought it was mostly the packaging, but this thing is, this thing weighs a lot. This thing weighs a ton. Threadripper, we fooled this pile of sand into making memes as quickly as possible. It's not cheap, though. It's very true. Yeah. Oh, that's called gin. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yes, this is the same processor that LGR uses for his rending. When I originally was looking at this processor and this build, I made it on PC Part Picker, and I was just kind of clicking around. I was reading what people were saying, and it just seemed like such a really cool build. And then I saw him put it together and actually edit with it, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm making the right decision on this. So, yeah. Clint seems like he knows what he's doing with computers. At least I hope he knows.
Does he?
Oh, yeah. Dude, it's like an encyclopedia.
Take your word for it.
You want to feel how heavy this motherboard is?
Sure.
It's just shitposting.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy compared to mine.
To anything. This is probably the heaviest one I've ever opened. I'm just going to set that right there for now, though. I want to see what's in this little package here, because,
For a workstation level system. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Essentially, it's what I'm installing. Even the copy of Windows I have is Windows for Workstations. So this is... Oh, MSI, True Gaming. They give us a nice little shield. Now I'm assuming we'll go on the computer.
It's our pass for gamer words.
First of all, the problem with the slogan is that this is actually geared toward editors, so I guess I don't even know what this is. I have to look this up. They gave me like a piece of metal that I'm going to lose. It looks vaguely USB shaped, so I'm assuming it's some kind of update. True Gaming. Some are PC. We are gaming. They got a graphics card series that you will never be able to find because graphics cards are impossible. And don't worry, aside from all this super expensive nonsense, all I have is a 1080. There's no way I'm going to be able to get a high-end 3090 or any of these other crazy-ass cards. They're way too expensive from scalpers, and there's just not any in stock. So I'm just going to stick with my 1080 if that's okay with you guys. It's just a bunch of gaming gear stuff. A bunch of advertisements for monitors and cases and all kinds of fancy, shiny equipment. Did you go for ECC RAM? No, I didn't, because that is also hard to find at a cheap and affordable price. So I went with, you'll see. It's an interesting set of RAM sticks. Let's just put it that way. Okay, this comes with, I read about this. So this is it's a little device that allows you to hook it up to your computer, so you know it's a workstation computer. And it's really nice of them to send this along. So essentially what this is, it's the M2 expander. And what it does is it allows me to add 4 more M2 slots onto my computer. So if you want that extra high-end storage, you got this here. But I'm not going to use that because I didn't get that many M2s. Trust me when I said we spent a lot of time saving up for this. This is not something that we could just kind of throw money at and go, well, it's broke now. Thank you for choosing MSI. Okay, they give us some labels for our SATA cables, which is really nice. I always like that. It's an installation guide. Most excellent. They show you the proper method for applying cooling, which is just screw it in with a drill as hard as you can. And then they give you this giant manual. And I know that doesn't seem that exciting to you guys, but most PC stuff is on the internet these days. The fact that this is a manual of a thick size usually means that there's a lot to this motherboard. So I'm just going to put that in there and never read it. Okay. Please don't touch the plug pins. You're triggering me, and that might make it fail. I'll do that for you, Cold. I licked them. They're all right. The contacts need to be licked before you put them into the computer. That's how it's just done.
That's how it works.
Yeah, ECC was definitely expensive. So these are all a bunch of cables and stuff for the fans and headers and stuff. I will probably have to go through that and find the ones I'll need. And then this is, I believe this is the wireless antenna, which I will not install because why?
Does it make a transformer sound when assembled?
It does not make any noises.
How do you know that? You haven't assembled it yet.
It's true. MSI is pretty fancy. So let's go ahead and put this box flat and then use it as the basis for the giant monster board. It's not even a motherboard, it's just a monster board at this point. I mean, Jesus.
It's a big mommy board.
Yeah, the mommy board. That's what we're going to call it now.
That's a Resident Evil Village
It's just her
board.
text go, ugh.
I
Yeah.
can make you uncomfortable too, Tex.
Oh, hey, we got somebody following. I didn't hear that. It was really low. Thank you for the courtesy. So, guess we're just going to go ahead and install that cooler.
Mother brain, yeah, Metroid.
And don't worry, guys. I got a really low profile cooler that, you know, you won't even notice when I put it in.
Girl bathwater cooler.
Because it's very small. It will not make any lights or noises because I decided to go with something very low profile. I went with this massive giant cooler that has so many lights on it that I'm fairly certain that when I launch this, my room will no longer need any other light source. I just use my computer. There are not like a shortage of coolers out there, but they were pretty short-handed. So I guess it might just be the time that I bought it. I don't know. How much RAM for this thing? Oh, glad you asked.
We'll have to go download some from Google Chrome.
Yeah, I folded your towel for you. Thank you for doing my sheets and stuff, man. I appreciate it. Tex is being very shy right now. Anyway, so only reason why I'm opening this because I want to make sure I get the bracket onto this thing before I set it anywhere because I have learned my lesson about these coolers, and you never know until you get it into the computer case when you have to put the cooling bracket on. Goat does look very high. It's a very shiny box too.
Fuck off, Psylocke.
Oof. Oh, and they gave me a remote control. I'll pull it out of the bag so you guys can see it. You can basically what you could do is you can set your computer to self-destruct now. Well, actually, this is for the RGB, isn't it? So yeah, it's a fancy RGB thing. I will probably never use this. 2 days later, it's just a rave in my room. Oh, Tex isn't moving anything. That's just the laundry. He just moved it over. So there's a bunch of cables for headers and things like that. Oh, thank you for the courtesy. Those will come in handy for plugging in all the fancy RGB. I mean, this is more RGB cable stuff than I have ever. I'll be honest with you. I've never understood the RGB thing. I tried to get a not colored, just completely normal AIO, and they're just not out there right now. But I can't complain. I mean, as long as I can get this computer rendered, I mean, that's the fun of it, right? The one woman rave. That's a good name for a computer. So, just a bunch of sockets. So if we're on AM3 plus, which is what we're on, I need to make sure that the brackets are put in correctly. Yeah. Oof. Okay, so in order for... Okay, so this bracket doesn't look like it needs anything extra. I literally just have to... Thank goodness. Take a look at the back of this thing, just to make sure. Yeah, back plate. Back plate looks good. Okay, yeah, they've already went ahead and put the back plate pieces on, so all I have to do is install the TR4 bracket, and yeah, pretty straightforward. 4 hours later. So it looks like I can just install the bracket right on top. Cool. So I don't have to whip this out right now. Most excellent. That makes me very happy. I'm going to keep this over here where I'll also lose. Oh, and here's the manual for the lighting, and warranty stuff. So this can actually wait. Happy day. I'll save that for when it's actually in the case. Put that right there. Okay, so let's get the RAM in there. Again, I went with something very low profile. That's actually screws for the motherboard. Something very low profile, like this fine Trident Z Neo, which is 128 gigabytes of RAM that I'm hoping will be more than enough for our editing purposes. This motherboard itself can actually go up to 256. But I think that would be kind of overkill and a little bit expensive, considering we're just literally shit posting on the internet. And yeah. So
I'm not dead.
What's that? Is the goat dead?
No.
What was that voice? Sometimes I can just hear him. I can hear him at the moon. So the reason why I say this is a very loud set of RAM is that, you know where they stop at RGB? They don't. They even made the RAM light up. So now I'm going to have a motherboard that's essentially going to have the same kind of... It's going to have those like little data sticks like they were in the next generation. I always thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, you know what? Maybe the next generation is our future, because their interior of their chip was all RGB, if you remember. I mean, how cursed is that? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna put these in. So yeah, these aren't too bad. These aren't too bad. I mean, they look sharp, because they are. I mean, literally sharp. Oh, thank you, nice shirt. This is actually Eldonius Rex made the shirt logo, and when we did the Rifleman, he had a limited number of them. So me and Tex ordered a few. They were quite nice. It's very comfy too. Oh, I see. So, yeah, we're gonna put this RAM in here. We're gonna RAM it up. All right. Excellent. Give us a next generation fact. Okay. The reason why Deanna Troi wore a cheerleading outfit in the first season was because originally she was supposed to be the ship's cheerleader and not the counselor. But then the lady who played her developed actual psychic powers, and so they had to change the script. It's a true fact. She can read your mind. Did you check and see if you're putting the RAM on the correct side? Well, since it clicked down and didn't make a snapping noise and break, I am going to assume that I have done so. I'm just going to take a guess and say that I did the right thing there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just like that. Yeah. There we go. click on both sides when you put it in. Otherwise, it will not work. And you'll get an error when you try to boot it, and you'll be like, why is my computer not working? Usually the BIOS will give you the correct error code. So this is actually a quad channel memory. This is DDR4, 3600 megahertz at a nice cruising wattage of 1.35 voltage. Sorry, 1.35. I'm not trying to overclock my computer or anything fancy. Yeah. That looks about right. I'm hoping that I didn't break anything. You'll find out when it doesn't post. Is that a hand loader in the background? I don't think so. No, just a tree. We're in the forest right now. All right. Well, the RAM's installed. I mean, that's pretty much how RAM goes in. As far as like static and stuff, it's part of the reason why I picked the living room. My room is actually kind of like
a really thick carpet all over the place in this house.
Yeah, well, except in here. Out here, it's like really, really thin, so it's not a big deal. But out in my room, it's very staticky. So I decided to opt out of doing that. Let me get these into a box. That was louder than it needed to be. Let's put that over here for a second. I need to actually look at something really fast. That manual I said I'd never open, I'm just going to open it really quick, because I am quite curious. Ah, I see. Okay. Not a big deal. Could totally change that. So I was just making sure that the CPU configuration was correct, and yeah, it was. Just needs to be changed. So essentially, in order for it to take advantage of the quad channel, it has to be separated, unless you have all 8 sticks in here. Yes, new rig. That is Gypsy of the Black Pants Legion. He is the guy who is responsible for Fireteam Whiskey. So if you want to blame him for that nonsense, he's right there. That's Huts Fandango. It's smoking already, yes. It very much is. I made a mistake already. Thank you for the support, Maddis Guardian. I appreciate it. That's what he's here for, you know? Alright, so I'm just gonna switch this out. Just move it over. Now, on this board, for some reason, unlike the previous motherboards I've worked on, both sides do not extend out. Only one side does. I'm assuming that's because a lot of people fucked up their motherboards putting RAM in. And, yeah, I've been there. Tax collector. IMS says, "Hey Gypsy, I like your accent. No need to be mic shy." Yeah, I like his accent too. I think Gypsy's a cool guy. Goodness. Alright. Pretty much. You know, A2, B2, D2, C2. Done and done. Add some penny to the face! Thank you very much, Kathy. Appreciate that. Ah, the new editing PC smell. Yes. When it inevitably burns up because we tried to do something stupid. Discount Dan takes so much rendering time. His face and everything, just rendering that smile, that thumb. Just takes so long. Okay, I think I'm pretty...
Discount down the type of guy to hide a Bitcoin mining script inside of his own facial animation.
Yeah.
Rendering.
So I'm gonna go ahead so you guys can see a little better. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this off. You know, a smart person probably would have waited to put their processor in before putting the RAM in. But you know what? I feel like if I start doing smart shit, you people might think I'm crazy. You know.
Only the finest brainlet actions here.
Only the finest. Oh, wait. Just making sure I do this the correct way. Ah, I was not doing it the correct way. You must do it in the correct order. No, I did it in the correct order. Fuck you. How dare you lie to me? Sorry, you have to yell at your computer every now and then.
It helps it grow.
Yeah, it helps it grow.
Just like plants.
Exactly.
Also, like plants, you gotta make sure you water them.
Thank you for the courtesy. Ooh. And it just swings open like that. And out comes... Do I just... No, just pop it out, huh? Oh, wow. So I take out this fine little cover here. All right, remove. And that is very dangerous because right there is where all the pins are. CPU will go right there. So let's get this Threadripper in there. This fine piece of expensive technology. A very expensive piece of technology. Oh. Thank you, Raging Goblin. If brute force doesn't solve your problem, you're not using it enough. Exactly. Oof. Just comes out of their fancy little holder. Why do they have to have it? I guess, I mean, if you're paying for the super expensive thing. So, apparently, I do leave the plastic on it as I slide it into place. And, oh, I gotta get both of those tabs down there, I think. All right. Oh. Oh. That's probably why. Yeah. Yeah. It's very straightforward. You just I always hate putting the CPU ins. They're always such a nerve-wracking thing for me because I've seen horrible things happen. I've never done anything like that, but I've seen terrible things. Yep. Now just hold it in. And you just tighten it up. How much is this new rig running you? I think we paid upwards of $5,200 that we saved up for quite a long time. Like, this wasn't like oh yeah, let's just drop five grand on it. I mean, we've been searching and shopping and saving, and yeah, we finally got the computer where we want it. So this is not something that we bought lightly. This was we bought this so we can make more horrible shit posty videos. Faster. Be dumber, faster.
So you're smarter now? No, I'm stupid. Faster.
Ryzen or Threadripper? This is actually Threadripper. I guess I should have put like specs or something, but I'm not doing anything fancy here other than a green screen. So yeah, it's in. I'm in. Just gonna double check my tightening. Perfect. All right. And that's pretty much it. The next thing we do is we're gonna put it inside the. Excuse me. We're gonna put it inside the case here, and then go from there. Let's hey, go. Will you hold the computer for me? Just sit right there. Thank you. Let's move this all out of the way. It's next to us. See if you guys can get a decent view if I take that front panel off. So let me get this front panel off. Yeah. And then the dust cover. There. Now you guys get a good view of me making mistakes. Okay, I'll take the motherboard back. And then just set the box down somewhere. There's just like something horribly expensive in there probably. Yeah. All right. Now I'm just gonna. Going better than Vox's computer build. Oh yeah, I remember reading about that. That was a big oof. Do I even have to put in a? Nope, don't have to put in a shield because it's not necessary. Everything kind of comes pre-installed. They even put the stand-ins for me and everything. I was very kind of Fantex. Nice. Now we do the best part. We just screw it together. Actually, I might need. Or that's the PC case screws. Make sure I didn't forget my motherboard screws. Set them down somewhere. That's always good when you lose the very thing that you need to hold it all together. Right here, I think. Ah. Finest of cables. So this all looks like solder. I didn't just throw them, did I? No. Doesn't sound like me. Assemble this. Do you remember to apply thermal paste in the shape of a figure 8? Wow, Will. Is that how you apply thermal paste? Why don't you mind your business, Will? How a man applies his thermal paste is none of your business. Got him. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm sure it exists somewhere in the realm. That, or it's literally just this right here. Yeah. Oops. Did I set them down somewhere? No. I think that was literally it. I don't think they actually came with crazy screws or anything. just have to glue it in. That's okay, right? I can glue my motherboard into there.
Yeah, just use spit.
No, I got a glue gun. I'll just glue it into the case, and it'll be just fine. I literally think they just didn't give us any screws for it. That or they assume that you would already have them. I don't know. They'll come up. Don't worry, I've got a bajillion screws here from Fantex because they got my back on this. You watch. I'm gonna get up from this couch later after I clean everything up, and I'm just gonna find the bag of screws and be like, "Oh my god!" But you know, it's not that big a deal. All right, let's get my trusty screwdriver. A fine screwdriver that has served me very well up to this point. I got this screwdriver kit when I was really poor, actually. It's the last one at a local Walmart, because they don't normally sell fine tools like this. Normally Walmart sells nothing but curse shit. So I ended up going there with my last $6. My last $6, yeah, you said I'd be back in a bit. And I needed it so I can finish a project I was working on so I could make some money. Spent my last $6 on it, and it actually ended up working out great. I was fixing a very old computer that needed some TLC. And also, it had a shitload of porn on it. That person was very cursed. So I'm just screwing them in. Why not get up now? Let's see that dump truck. Mustard is superior cooling. Thermal paste on both sides of the CPU. You're right, you need to cover both ends. So when you put it in, it makes a nice noise. What you working on?
Computer stuff.
Ah, yes. Tex is working on his computer stuff over there.
Yeah. My 45 caliber computer.
45
caliber
computer. It's lightning fast. How many feet per second fast?
870.
870 feet per second fast. That's a pretty fast computer.
Yeah.
It's a very nice computer. What case is this? This is the Fantex Enthoo Pro 2. It's a monster of a case. I never actually bought anything from Fantex, and so far, I'm liking what they've got. They just like they don't really stand out or anything. That's all I wanted from a case. I didn't want something that was like, look at my sweet gaming rig computer. My last case is like that. I got it because it has a giant steel handle on top. That was the only reason I bought it, because I was carrying it to schools, and kids were using it to do broadcast stuff on it. It was kind of nice. And then, you know, taking it home, it was kind of a hassle. It was very transportable for an ATX case. Why don't they use the 46? We don't talk about the 46.
Talked about that in the podcast.
That hasn't come out yet. Has it? That one has? Okay. Now here's the only downside with the screwdriver. It is not magnetic. I got it exactly for that reason. I don't like putting magnets in my computer. Or near my computer for that matter. Especially near my RAM. But it also makes it harder if you're trying to do something from far away, like install motherboards. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other holes to plug this in. Yeah. All right. Now let's get that cooler in here. And I believe I have my cooling paste in my drawer in there. I have to get that in a moment. Close that so I don't don't lose that. That's right, Cooler Master. The masters of cooling, or so they believe. Now, it's got multiple fan controllers. I'm assuming this weird one, I don't know if you guys can see it, this weird, there's two of them. This one right here is for power, and this one I believe is for the RGB. So, if I don't plug that in, will it not actually make any lights? Because, yeah, it plugs into this little controller here. And since it's got like 50 ports on it, it feels like a bit overkill. I'm assuming they want you to buy the entire product line. It's warranty. The entire product line of Cooler Master cooling units. Alright, so here's our brackets that we're going to use. This is all a gigantic mess of... Oh, actually, this came from the motherboard. Ha! That's probably why I couldn't find it. I must have put that in there by accident. Yeah, this very shiny and loud looking thing is the water cooler. Kind of looks like it's spray painted. You guys could see that. It's hard to tell, but it looks nice on camera, but in real life, does that look like spray paint? Kinda? Yeah. What the fuck? So this was overpriced. I'm hoping it does the job. I got water cooling because the Threadripper is notorious, and AMD in general, is notorious for just outputting a buttload of heat, which is a actual measurement. Let me get some of this plastic off, because I probably won't be able to reach it. Remove the M2 heatsink before installing the motherboard into the case. Well, too late. Guess I'll just have to suffer. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and, before I put the cooler in, let's go ahead and put that M2 drive in. Because last thing you want to do is ignore the warnings, which I do often. They also give me a cooler. When I get a chance, I'll pop it up so you guys can see it. But yeah, so I got two M2 drives. So I've got this 980 Pro 1 terabyte, which was for the system drive, and then I got a 2 terabyte one, which will be for the programs and stuff. And then I'll get another one down the line after we pay for some other stuff that we're working on currently. It's not computer related. And that'll be for like scratch disk stuff and things like that. For now, I'll just use my my current scratch disk thing. Okay, so yeah, they do replace it if it gunks up, which is really nice. Not a lot of companies will offer that extended of a warranty, but it's part of the reason why I went with them, because I know they'll at least honor it. I think that's pretty much it. Alright, so let me go ahead and let's put in these M.2 Lightning Gen. Things. Let me see if this actually can just come up. Oh yeah. Tex actually has an M.2 drive in his computer. I put that in for him. Makes his computer run somewhat faster. I can record his voice at lightning speeds. So this is one of the reasons why you got to be careful with this. So these are heating pads. It's very similar to like how thermal paste works, but you know, heating pad. At least that's what I understand. Because these M.2 drives, from what I gather, are pretty warm. So let's go ahead and get them out onto a tray. This case looks like yours. What is it? This is a Fantex Enthoo Pro 2. By Fantex. This would actually be a prize you'd win on Legends of the Hidden Temple. They just give you the computer case, but nothing else. You win a can of tuna. Second place wins the Fantex N3 Pro 2. You can build your computer in style and install a second computer directly in there with the IPX form factor. Oh, mine's ecto-cooled because we ran out of blue and mixed in some leftover red coolant. It's like Ghostbusters goop flowing through the tubes. That's actually pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, this tiny little microchip is gonna be my M.2 drive. Let me just make sure I put it in the right spot. And I believe I am. Yep. Ba-doop. Pretty straightforward. Excellent. Yep. I just gotta get the sticker off the cooling pad here, thermal pad, so I can actually put this guy in here and do the right thing. See, I am not a expert at this thing. I just somebody who really enjoys it. I'm much a hobbyist. Comes to all the high-end cooling and all that fancy stuff out there, it's all just kind of over my head. Kind of just have to take a guess these days. Everything's pretty easy. That's the beauty of PC building these days. It's very very simple. Back in the day, there used to be things like jumpers, and you couldn't even flash your BIOS because it was very dangerous, and you could brick it forever. Nowadays, you got backup BIOSes and all that fancy new stuff. And I say that because I don't upgrade my computer that often. I don't actually upgrade it that often. Or change it out for that matter. We're essentially doing this because we want to do some more really cool Battletech stuff. That is the goal of this whole endeavor. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, that's it. I just kind of set them in, get them popped in, and then take your little bracket, and they just kind of stay hooked in. Alright, so that's the first one there. Yeah, they do run quite warm. Yeah, this is probably why they said make sure you do this outside. But I assuming they're telling you that for people who have like a ton of wires and stuff already kind of in the way. Because I've learned from installing Mr. Tex's M.2 how difficult this little tiny screw can be. It's a very difficult screw. Okay, that one went in. That one actually took a bite. Let's not do too hard. Alright, let's see if we get this other one in. Yeah, that one went in too. Cool. Now just gotta tighten it together one at a time. Yeah, well, it's in. 2 M.2 drives, all ready to go. I'm just gonna hope that it actually uses them. There we go. Cool. Well, not the only one that remembers overclocking via motherboard jumpers. I tried that a long, long time ago. And my computer blue screened so much. I did not know what I was doing. But it was a fun adventure. Fortunately, I didn't break anything. I was very fortunate. Or using the pencil method. I did that before on one of my previous motherboards. The V-drip was actually kind of, I think it was unstable. So I just added a bit of graphite to one of the circuits, and that actually worked. Do you remember there's an actual turbo button on the front of the PC? I don't, but that is, that's something I've actually seen before. That I believe that was a fancier computer than I had access to. Yeah, 46 build had a turbo button. Yeah, I did. I don't think I ever played with one of those as a kid, but I've seen them. Yeah, now we can do cooling. Yeah. Just making sure. Now, I do have the power supply to put in, but we can do that very last because that's a lot of wires and plugs and things. And then after that, pretty much just we'll watch it post and the exciting install of Windows 10 for workstations. It's a fine, fun adventure we're about to have here. Have you guys ever seen a Windows 10 install? Some riveting stuff there. What's... Oh, an offering to Bezos for good luck on posting. Thank you, Tactical Grumpy. Appreciate that. I'm sure Bezos will appreciate it. He's still making money even though he left that company. Is there a... Nope. Let's get this guy over here. It's my AMD. It's the motherboard stuff. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. It is. So, for whatever reason, in their infinite wisdom, I don't know if it's just because they assemble these things in different factories, that's probably the case, but they decided to actually make me be the one that puts the fans on, but I'm assuming that's because some people like to customize the direction and all that fancy stuff. I don't need all that. I would have been fine if it was already connected, but that's okay. So I'm going to just do that really quick. Assuming I can get it in there. Yep. And there's fan cooler stuff. Windows went downhill after 95. I don't think you remember how jank Windows 95 was. I mean, you had a certain amount of bullshittery with it, and then it would just crash. Windows 95 is one of those things people like to dream about being such a great operating system, but I challenge you to go try it today, even with all its updates. Yeah, have fun with that one. It's great when you want to play old games. It's fantastic for that, but if you're fantasizing about it being the greatest of all, I don't know. I feel like that's it's a little bit rose-tinted glasses there. When 2000 was god tier. Windows NT for the win. That was actually not too bad. You got a right build for it, yeah. Windows NT. I haven't done that in a while. Unlimited Windows. Windows ME, go for it. Do you also like having incompatible everything when you start up your computer? Windows ME will give you that frustrating experience right out of the box. Real editors edit in binary. Wow, well. Way to call me out like that. Yeah, updating a BIOS is a nightmare. Now, most motherboards these days come with a backup BIOS, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but it can still be a hassle. I did get a BIOS update. It's on a fun little flash drive. I'll show you guys here once we get it ready to start booting up here. All right. All right, I believe she is in. They gave me a lot of screws. I'm really glad that they gave you fan thumb screws, because I always hated getting like a fancy super long neck screwdriver to just like do this water cooling. Tex is just sitting over there quietly yawning. He's had a long day today. I can hear you very clearly. Yeah. New PC hype. It's Higgs with Dans. So I'm gonna mount this like a pro, actually, like an idiot, because I think I fucked this up. I gotta rewinds. It's not that the fans are backwards, but I would prefer the wires actually being on the other side. It's not that big a deal, but I would prefer the cables being behind the computer and not in front of anything, if I can help it. My wire management is atrocious. I do my best, but like the rest of you who claim to be good at it, I know your dirty secret. I know you just jam that shit behind your computer. Don't lie to us. Do what all of us do. That big bulge on the other side of your computer, that's hiding your shame. Yeah. Huh. Get Tex to help. You'll be done in no time. What Mad as Guardian says. It's like gun parts. Except with lots more lights on them. Gun parts actually do have RGB. Well, actually, just mostly have R. Especially when you pull the trigger. Okay. RGB Glock. That would be hilarious. And cursed. But that would actually look pretty cool. It'd be very 1980s future. A Beretta with RGB. The whole slide. Cyberpunk Glock. Yeah. You can keep your gun in that little ITX nook. You're right. I got a little hole back here for, emergencies in case I'm, for some reason, behind my computer. I'm working under a desk and a man enters the room. That's not real. I don't know who they are. It's like that thing where the guy has the fake headboard and a shotgun comes down. Except here it's just a Glock inside my IPX hole. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, let's try to get this son of a bitch in here. Alright. Well, it fits about as well as I expected. Now I just gotta get it onto the other side. Screw it in. Little dust cover goes on the top. And just kind of line it up to the holes here or down here, depending on your. They give me options here. That's nice. Although I'm gonna keep it higher. I'm gonna keep it upwards because I don't trust that down there very much. Yeah. Higher and closer to the neck. That's my preference. Yeah. This is where they want it. Okay. The main thing I want to do is make sure that can still go in there. And it can. Please peel off label before you use it. Warning. Warning. Remove label before putting it onto the motherboard. Man, the motherboard's starting to smell like pizza. What I miss so far, Pablo? Well, you didn't miss very much. Just me fumbling around with this ridiculously expensive monstrosity. I'm trying to get comfortable down here, but I've got crackling knee syndrome. Just bend over every single time. It's like Goblin of BPL. Yeah, Threadripper with a Creator motherboard, 128 gigabytes of DDR4 memory. I think we're going to be able to push out Battletech in a much faster render time, which means that we're going to have to find shorter cursed movies now. Or, no, more cursed movies. What are some cursed movies that me and Tex can watch after we start rendering this? What do you guys think? The Perfect Weapon was a fantastic Steven Seagal movie. The ending, the twist ending, that is that is a film masterpiece. Yeah. Tex is trying not to talk too much. His throat is he's all kind of sick right now. Don't worry, it's not what you think. He's been dealing with a just a little minor sickness that he is getting treated for.
My corona.
It's not that. Your doctor said it wasn't. He went to the doctor and they immediately gave him a test and he came back negative. So you guys are okay. He just has normal old man sicknesses. As do I. Fatal Deviation. We've seen The Room. I don't think actually I've watched it with Tex, but I've seen The Room. I watched it with the Cleveland crew. That was Oh, hi, Mark. That was a good one. A good bad movie. Mod meeting watch party when is what Frank says. Ugh. Ugh. Right now would not be the best time. Frank came over here and just started coughing right into Tex's throat, and I mean that's just where it all kind of started, you know. What's that?
Frank stole our cake.
Frank did Frank steal our cake?
He ran away.
Frank, you son of a bitch! You stole our cake. How dare you? He's like, it's just how I was taught to greet people. The 1986 Transformers movie. I have not seen that, no. I do like robots. Specifically, the cursed ones from the Japanese world, but I also like the Battletech ones now that I've been properly introduced. Max actually sent me, he's in the game right here, in the chat right now, he sent me this link to a game that was actually a Battletech ripoff. Very similar to MechWarrior Mercenaries. I mean, it looks smooth as hell. It had voice acting, like arena voices and everything. Like Beverly Hills and Ninja. I said movies we probably haven't seen. I mean, we just go onto Amazon and we just look at shit and we're like, yeah, that's what we're watching. It's usually something with like a really bad title. How comfy is this couch? Well, Wingless Raven, let me tell you how comfy this couch is. You sit on it for about 5 minutes and then you develop about 30 years of back pain in that time. It's pretty amazing. Nobody likes this couch. Even the person who owns it. Mr. Nick. He does not like this couch at all. And he, you know, it's a couch, it exists, we have it. It's not bad for sleeping, and it's just getting up from it, that's the problem. Solaris is good, Mass Guardian says. It's a movie he suggests. Yeah, Mass Guardian's got some really good taste in movies, too. Although the only thing I kind of... I don't know if... Has he seen P.D. Wheatstraw yet? That was fantastic. P.D. Wheatstraw. He's the devil's son-in-law. Alright, so yeah. I got all the fancy plastics and stickers and all this out. So I'm just gonna yeet this into my yeet box. And let's put the rest of this in the yeet box as well. That's not important. It says important, please read, whatever. I don't do that. Actually, this is probably important. This is the... Yeah, keep that on standby. But in there you go. What else I need? The brackets. Will says, I only watch good movies. Somehow I highly doubt that. Ugh. Wow. Nah. Where is the... Oh. Right? Oh. They're right in front of me. These are the brackets that go into the motherboard that hold it all down. So, TR4. It's all for Intel. Yep. Okay, so before I put the thermal paste on, ruin everything. Just make sure that I have this in the right spots, which I should. Yeah. Yeah, it goes on the outside, Mike. That's smart. Okay. Like, why is it not matching up? It's because you didn't believe in yourself. Just need the little tiny baby screws. And I believe they only gave me 4 of them because of course they did. They only give you just enough sometimes. These are pretty common sizes though, so if I lose it, I got some more in my room. See, like this is old hat. This is the new shit. Look, all my shit's sorted. This came with the computer case. That piece of plastic probably cost you nothing to do. Just a grab bag of screws now. I'd never liked this. I'm not gonna wear a static discharge bracelet. This ain't 2005. Get out of here with that nonsense. Electricity was proven to be wrong anyway. It was banned in the United States, so we don't have it here. All of our computers turn on with the power of a gun. Alright. That should be good. It's one of those things where it probably would have been better if I did this with it attached to the case. But, well, didn't say this was going to be Good Decisions Day. Actually. Oh. They already... They knew me. They made it so you actually have to screw in first. Cooler Master. Thinking ahead. pet a cat. I wish. We have a cat that keeps coming by our house. We're hoping it stays for a bit, but she's very... I think we're just being manipulated into giving her food at this point. Beautiful white cat with stark blue eyes. So if she was here, we'd pet her, but she just comes over for the food and then fucks off. Somebody just... she was an inside cat that somebody just kind of threw out, so we're hoping at some point somebody will... Did I do this wrong? No? Did I? No, I see what they're doing. Yeah, I didn't do it wrong. It's perfectly fine. It's so the screws aren't to actually screw in. They're just there to kind of hold it to it. They need a little bit of free wiggle room so that way you can actually screw in the rest of the bracket. Makes sense, actually. For legal reasons, he's building a rendering machine. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do at this point. I mean, I don't really play a lot of crazy video games. I think me and Tex both, like, the craziest high-end video game we tried was Cyberpunk, and we're just kind of waiting on that to be worked on before we pick that up again. And it's just a bunch of shit to do in that game, you know? It's like... I feel like if I had nothing else going on in my life, I'd probably be able to sit down and really enjoy it, but yeah, it's a lot of open world stuff that I'm just kind of like, just don't have that kind of time, man. I'm sure most of you can actually relate with that, with the way life has been lately. Time is a commodity. Yeah, overworld games are kind of overdone. I feel that. I mean, they don't have to be. It's just the way they're done. It's just kind of busy work. Like, you have this main story, right? And everything seems cool. And some of the side quests are pretty cool. But they kind of play a very minor role to everything going on. They're just there to keep you busy and engaged. It just doesn't really...
Cat's on the porch.
Oh, cat's on the porch. She's back. She eating food, I'm guessing?
Yes.
That's what I figured. She's just here to eat her food. This cat is here. I would show Cat, but we don't. She just refuses to come near. Like, she meows at us and she looks like she wants to come over, but she just doesn't trust us enough yet. Goat's meowing at her right now. Behold, Cleveland man builds his computer. Yes. Yes, Cleveland man is doing his darn best to not break it. I'm assuming that that's supposed to come off and that's supposed to be completely normal, right? Yeah. They showed in the instructions that it comes off. It's just a cover. Well, I cringed a little bit when it fell and hit my mega expensive processor, but it didn't actually land on it, so it's okay. Just landed on the chipset. I mean, what is that gonna do, right? Yeah. Sorry, this thing is. This is a tough little bracket to just assemble. There we go. Most excellent. Yep. Okay. Let me go get my thermal paste. So I went and got my MX4 Arctic thermal paste. Thermal compound. Created for the purposes of compounding thermal. I don't know. If you're looking for RTX cards, go sign up on EVAGA's website. They have a queue system to attempt to combat scalpers. I am already in that queue, but I don't think I can still afford it, so even if one came up, I doubt I'll be able to get it. It's a bit out of my price range. And then, honestly, like, the graphics cards are kind of inconsequential to what we do here. Like, I have a 1080, and it's a nice card. It does the job. I really, if I had a really good graphics card, like the 3090, I mean, sure, it would be faster, but it wouldn't really make a huge difference on our render times. It'd be more like a gaming thing, to be honest. So that's why I didn't really pursue it. You know? I'm just gonna apply thermal paste. There's a lot of arguments about what's the best way to apply thermal paste. That's none of your fucking business. That's the answer. Apply it however you fucking want. If you want to put it in an X, or you want to draw a happy face, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't really matter. I like to kind of spread it around a bit, though. That's just how I roll, though.
Yeah, I startled the poor thing.
She's very easily startled.
Yeah, she doesn't sprint away like a feral would, though.
No, she's a house cat.
Yeah, she's definitely an inside cat. She preferred cat food over hot dogs. And yes, that was the first thing we thought of to lure her over so we could find a home for her, but it looks like it's not going to happen anytime soon.
No.
So we're just going to keep her alive until we can figure out what to do with her. What?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Frowns in GTX 960. 960 is still a decent card. I mean, yeah, the 1080 is worth now more than you paid for it. Yeah, exactly. I said 3090 is a beast of a card, but it would not help us. It would just... It's one of those, oh, that's nice, but wouldn't really make a difference on the PC building or rendering. Probably maybe like a small difference. There's the... I'm looking for my card I usually have. Did I leave it in my room? I probably did. I usually do that. Yeah. Just hanging out here with my buds. Making a cursed PC.
How is this cursed, Mike?
It's because it is. We're gonna do a lot of shit posting. It's gonna be glorious. I'm mainly just excited to see how fast I render the previous project. Because I just want to see how quickly this comes together. Yeah, we've been playing a lot of PS2 emulator. PS2 emulator, you guys, I streamed it once before in the Courtesy Flush. Runs flawlessly on the previous computer. If you guys are looking to get into old console emulation, PS2 emulator is quite well done. I have a lot of games in my closet. That was really nice. Maybe Goat does wear sunglasses at night. Yep, he does. He is a musician. That's what they do. Musicians always have to wear their sunglasses. Yeah, that's close enough. Amazing. Just gonna put that little extra bit right there on the center. Don't want any of that Arctic to go to waste, right? Here, I'm just gonna put a little dollop just to be a shithead. There you go. That's for all the people who complain about the way you apply thermal paste. I hope it spreads like when I put it down, you know. Seems like everybody's got an opinion on that. It's like that whole blue dress thing, but with thermal paste. It's fucking annoying. Alright. Yeah. Now I can shitpost like Crow does, with ray tracing enabled. Nice. Make the best thermal paste sculpture and win a secret prize. It may be an attaboy, it may be a stuffed moose, or it could be a 1/32 of Yugo. The only way to find out is to enter. Yeah, don't make a thermal paste thing unless you have a lot of it. I mean, it's your thermal paste. Do whatever the hell you want. Just wash your hands. Try not to eat a ham sandwich afterwards. I have a good authority that jamming ketchup chips into the fan increases the FPS. He's right. Max, you're absolutely right. I have to start jamming ketchup chips in here. We actually have some here. We have some actual ketchup chips here at this house. I've never tried them, actually. I think someone sent them to us. Or sent them, specifically, they sent them to text. Apparently, mayo is an acceptable substitute for thermal paste. Well, that's good to know. That's something I can never unhear again.
No.
It's true. Those mad lads over at Lemon Party figured out exactly how to do it. You just go to their website.
Cat's living and sitting under the porch.
Yeah, cat's gonna stand on the porch.
Hope so.
Ham and silver sandwich. Yeah, see this? I don't know if you guys can see it. I got a little bit on my hand. Thermal paste is very fine, and it gets right into your fingerprints. Okay. Well, that's in. So now all I have to do is turn it on and watch my fancy new processor explode. Nah, it shuts off. If it reaches a certain temperature, it just straight up shuts off. They don't. Unless you're somebody who's insane. It's like, I turned off the heat limiter. Now I could go into the future. Alright. Cool. That's solidly in place, mostly. I only got just a little bit of thermal paste on the wire. I'm sure that won't be messy. Alright. Now we just plug this into the CPU header. Which is located on CPU fan. There it is. CPU fan. Oh, pump. Oh, pump fan or just CPU fan. Okay. Oh, I see. So CPU fan goes here. Yeah, like that. Da-da-da. Come on. Oh yeah, that was super nice. Right out of my reach, where it's just difficult. Okay. I'm not a pro. There we go. Got it in. So that was the CPU fan and then pump fan. So let me consult that fat manual. Make sure that I don't get these backwards. There that went. Did I eat it? Oh, there it is. We're just gonna double check and make sure that the right ports go where. Doing all right, man?
Just tired.
It's been a long day.
Well, the RG shot's kind of slowing me down too.
Been streaming for 1 hour and 13 minutes. It's not bad.
I think I'm gonna go play some Insurgency.
All right. Goat's gonna go play some Insurgency. Go find him online and murk him.
Oh wait, no, I'm still heating up soup.
Ah, it's a pump fan and CPU fan 1. Okay, okay. I see you. I honestly don't think it matters. It doesn't look like they care. Yeah, they're literally like, who cares? Just plug it in. Shut up. Wow, MSI, that's rude. Error codes for the BIOS. I'm gonna need those.
Do you really?
You never know. If this posts the first time, it's gonna be pretty amazing, honestly. Build a kitty house for the cat.
Yeah.
Play request. You can eat whatever and whoever you want. It's true. A request is a game that allows you to do that. That feel when one chip is bad and you gotta figure out which one it is. Yes. I've been there. I've been there. Usually I just go, well, I can't fix this. Goodbye. Fucking throw it out the window. It's one of my, I forget the joke, but it was something like, you know why they call it Windows? Because they throw it out a window or some bullshit like that. I remember that being a joke that boomer IT people would say, and I would go, yeah, that's funny. I laughed.
I validated you.
Yeah. Cat sanctuaries are super easy, yeah. With all the boxes we have, yeah. But then again, we'd also have raccoons probably move in too.
Yeah, we don't want to fight the kitty.
Oh boy. Why did you give me such a ridiculous amount of RGB? I just want a water cooler, man. Nope. They're like, you like RGB? Well, too bad, because they're not telling you how it works. Oh, you just kind of plug it in and shove it up your ass. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's fine. That's cool, I guess. Whatever. Ouch. All right. Oh, I see. Seems a bit over the top. I mean, this is just like a... Wasn't expecting all this. I think I made a mistake buying a cooler with all this extra garbage on it. Oh well, we'll just plug it in and He'll just do whatever. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. As long as it goes into something. Talax Collector. Nice rig, Mike. I can't wait to see it up and running. Thank you, Keel. Thank you, appreciate that. I can't wait to see it up and running too. Something that it actually works. I have no idea. This is like a, I feel like a monkey just like poking around with stuff sometimes. Like IT people will never admit that, but it's true. It's absolutely true. PP Poo Poo. Oh, Frank. Is this Christmas music? No, I don't think it is. I don't think so. It's just some fine music to keep my stress levels down while I work on this thing so I don't explode. I highly recommend it if you have any kind of projects that you're working on and you don't want to scare people. See, part of me feels like I'm missing a step here, and I know I am. Master of Google, yes. Indeed. Oh, you know, there is this manual that I didn't see. Oh, it needs like a wire. I see. It needed something I wasn't aware of. Great. I just feel like this is a huge waste and I don't want to do the RGB. I really don't. I think I'm gonna just not do it. As cool as RGB would be, this seems like a bit much. Like I just want my computer to work, man. Why you gotta be this way? Why? What did I do? I am reusing my old GPU. I'm using the GTX 1080. Fine motherboard graphics card for what I do. If the 3090 was not a hot commodity, I may have put it on the list, but ain't gonna happen right this second. Oh, that's magnetic. Ugh. Already I don't like it. I like magnet stuff in my computer. You know? Okay, so you plug that in there, and then you take this guy and you... Now it'll work. Nice. My RGB controller is already coming together. Or do I just stick it right there? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Unless Cooler Master fixed that shit show that was their cool. Oh god, they probably didn't. Built like, oh, thank you, Desert Owl. I might have to ask you. I'll get there in a moment, though. I think I got it. Tex is over there updating his BIOS on his PC that he's working on. It starts up with barely even a squeeze. There we go. Nice. I have this unnecessary stuff that I gotta figure out how to. Yeah, I'll just do that. I don't care. All right. Cool. Now I have this. I have this controller that controls my RGB that I still have to plug into my motherboard. Oh, a joy. Oh, I don't need to do all those extras. Apparently there's a RGB port on the motherboard. I don't know, man. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, I update BIOS servers on data centers. I still install package, reboot, and goes from there. Absolutely baffled as to why this isn't the standard for consumer market. I don't get it either. I kind of wish it was the same. But here we are. Okay, so CPU power. There's a clear BIOS jumper in here, which is really nice. Yep, JRBG. Neato. Oh, it's right next to the audio port. Okay, straightforward. Let's go ahead and put that in, I guess. So yeah, here's the thing. I don't really think RGB is necessary, but since I have it here, I want to see it now. After all the trouble I went through, I'm gonna see this fucking thing light up. Fuck it. Let's get this going. Let's get this onto a tray. Alright. Nice. I can't tell if it's really close to the camera or if it's a big case. It's both. It's actually a very big case. It's a full ATX case. It's quite massive. Quite massive. I've just never really been a big fan of small cases. Unless I'm building like a really tiny computer. And I think the reason is just that every time I build something, I want that extra space in case I want to upgrade it or reuse the case later. You know? Those are always possibilities. Alright, I know I'm putting them in the right spot, but it's just not cooperating. Guess I'm not putting it in the right spot. Say, grab the wrong cable. That's probably exactly what I did. Ah, I did. Smart moves. Yes, bigger case does beat better airflow. That is the idea, but in practice, well, we're gonna find out, aren't we? Because these components do get kind of toasty. When I mean kind of toasty, I mean they get very toasty. Which is why I went all out on that cooler. I just didn't expect it to be like, now you have to rewire your life. I just wanted to plug in. I just wanted to have one. I just wanted a cooler, man. This is all much. This is ridiculous. Alright. What's your deal? How do you hook in? Oh yeah, you don't, do you? Yeah, I think you go in through the bottom, and that's the motherboard. Yeah. There we go. Alright, come on, get in there. Yeah, come on. There we go. Alright. And now I did it. I got the motherboard powered up. Now it just needs a SATA power connection. Cool. So all these wires that I didn't want in the way are now in the way. Perfect. Thank you for all this fantastic RGB. Well, I got it hooked in. I mean, it's going to be interesting. That's one way to put it. All right. There. Oh boy, more extra cables for stuff that I don't need. All right. Yeah, I'll just sit this down for now. I don't even know where the case for this cool stuff is. Yep, that's pretty much it. Now we're just gonna flip it over and hopefully nothing falls out. Because now it's power supply time. Now I haven't whipped that out yet. And for good reason. And I'll show you why. So, on this case, let's see if I can get it angled right. So on this case, this is where the computer is. And normally, power supply would be right there, right? Wrong. That's actually the extra PC's power supply. No, power supply goes back here in this giant open hole on the opposite side of the case. So, fun times ahead for me. Quite, that sounds like someone forever pulling out a sheet of aluminum foil. It is. Toss it on the shame side, you goober. I am a bulk, Jesus. God. Always nagging me. Alright. Just kidding. We're gonna do it like this. So I can have easier time getting it. Let's get all the IO stuff pushed through that little hole there. Actually, let's actually not push it through that hole in particular. Let's get them up through this little hole up here. You guys can't see it, but it's a much smaller, a much easier to access hole up here. I think they also included, this case also included its own style of RGB nonsense, but there's no fans, so there's no point. Case did not come with fans. I actually had to order them separate. It's like most things. Always a downside to at least something. Not always, but most of the time. This is for the DRGB fan. Yeah. Let's get this. Let's This hole is so jam-packed with stuff now. As a matter of fact, let's pull that back out. We're gonna go a different direction with this. Fantex wonderfully cable managed these I/O cables for me, but I didn't want them to go down that way. I'm just gonna have them come out over here, because that's where most of the I/O stuff is. So like USB and things like that will be over here, and down here will be. Well, actually, let me double check and make sure that's true. Last thing I want to do is be wrong. Yeah, so USB is going to be on this side right here, and then the power switch and all the other fancy little things will be down there. So let's go ahead and do that. So our USB switch goes there. Another USB right there. So our audio will go into the little hole. USB. There. What's this? What's this nonsense? Motherboard DRGB 3 pin. No thank you. I think that's how I control it from up here. It is. So if I wanted to, I can actually hook this into that controller. I'll attempt it. I'll attempt it. I can't promise anything. This is for the fan, but I'm not really going to bother with that. And this is actually the system cables, which I need. That's how you turn the computer on. So these are LEDs, I believe, actually. Oh, one's an LED, one's a switch. And then there should be another one back here. Power. That's an important one. So we can get those in there. This is actually the fan, which I currently don't have plugged up to the front, so it does not actually go anywhere right now. And actually, the fans I purchased do not have RGB, because why would I want that? Alright. Nightmare zone time. So we got two USB 3 ports. You guys can kind of see it. Not really, actually. Yeah, so I got two USB 3 ports. That's for the front I/O. And I'm gonna kind of finagle those into place and try not to make any cracking noises. I hate that. And there we go. I'll just have that carefully and not break anything. Okay. That one is actually USB-C. That's actually above this one. It's pretty fancy. I don't know why it's top loading, but yeah. That's fine. It goes right there. So that'll be my USB-C front port. Be nice, I can charge my phone or plug up my other devices. And another USB 3 port. This front I/O is going to be really nice. And yeah, those are in. They're not pretty, but they do the job, and that's all you can really ask for. Yeah. There's some wires hanging here and there. Controller could probably be on the other side of all of this, but overall this isn't looking too bad. I could probably finagle that behind the case. Because if this is getting controlled by the... Yeah, if this is getting controlled by the front panel, then yeah, I don't even need to have this present. I think that's what I'm going to do. just out of sight, out of mind. Just gonna move this little guy down here. You guys can't see anything, but it's not super exciting. Literally just plugging this guy up. Here we go. And then I believe that's the found the thermal paste cap. Was looking for that. So put that on the thermal paste. Don't want that to dry out. Yeah. Cool. And all these strange pins. So long as it works, I guess. All right. Very good. Excellent. Now, just get these guys through here. A little secret hole that I made. Actually, I didn't make it. Fantex did that, but we won't tell anybody. That was my little secret. Yeah. And then I'll just kind of sneak you down here too, because you're just kind of in the way. Yeah. That kind of looks like I had some cable management, right? I mean, kind of. Although I don't think that I don't think this is gonna reach. I can just barely reach. This is on my RAM, I don't like that. Just bring it down here. And there we go. Nobody has to know. No. Yep. Might have to finagle it out up here. Yeah. Oh boy. The joys of RGB. The pure joy of RGB. God. No. Didn't even plug it in the right holes. There we go. There we go. Got that in there. And then there's one more RGB cable, which was the threaded one. Right here. Gotcha. It's gonna plug you in there. Excellent. Alright, look at that nightmare that I got built back there. It's decent enough, right? Decent enough. This is the HD audio, and that was this way. Don't worry, I got my hand on it. I'm holding it tightly. It's not going anywhere. One piece of advice for your build: you might want to add a media dashboard front panel if you can find what makes loading from external media a lot easier. Yeah, I actually have. It's like a removable dry bathe thing in my room that's USB-C, but I like the idea of having like a little slot there. I think that would be pretty sweet. No, put that back in there. There's these little tiny cables in, huh? Is there any little cables hiding that I should be looking for? Is HD LED? Oh. Well, thank you for the courtesy. Nope, that's pretty much it. Nothing extra, nothing fancy. We're far from done from the wires back here, but I go ahead and get these switch things in the right spot. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why you really want to have the manual for a PC motherboard on hand, because they put these power and HD jumpers in usually the similar spots, but sometimes they move them around. So you want to know where they're at. Okay, so here we are. Yep. I see. So, yeah. Cool. So, oh man, this light's not helping. There's a diagram here. I just gotta follow it. Do it the right way. And if I don't, then the computer will not turn on. It will just make a clicking noise, and that's all. That's located.
Until that, I got the GE. Morava dentro de casa, porque ela lá prefere comida de gato seca,
Yeah.
mais que cachorro quente. Não, a gente não tá dando mais não. A gente só deu naquela hora porque é o que a gente tinha.
Oh, I see. I'm trying to find the power switch. So 6 and 8. Okay, I see. Power switch goes right there. This used to be a lot harder back in the day. Nothing was labeled the right way. Didn't really. It was just a hassle. And sometimes it was just not connected correctly. So, reset switch. Goes right underneath the power switch. Okay. Easy enough. Cool. And then the LED. Two and 4 is what I want. Yep. And there we go. All right, they're in. Oh wait, that one does not. Get in there. Gah. Okay. And there we go. You guys can make it out. But I did it. I put the jumper switches in. It'll work now. It'll turn on. And there's the RGB and there's audio and there's only USBs. This is very complicated. All right. Let's get this way. And now we're gonna do the fun part. I said that with all due sarcasm. Oh. So for the power, I somehow was able to snag an HX1200i from Corsair. I say snag because these are actually very, very hard to find. I was just browsing around on Amazon. I think it was on St. Patty's Day. And one of them was just available. There's 4 available. I just grabbed it as soon as I could. Yes. These are very, yeah, overkill for sure. And very hard to find. However, if I decide to put a high-end graphics card in here, it will be very useful. Book. Over there you go. All right, Corsair. All right. Yes. The HXI series, quite overkill. Yeah, 3 high-end graphics cards. Yes. So with everything I have in here, this computer will probably eat up 800 watts at most. But if I get a higher-end graphics card, that'll go up a bit. But yes, bulk, that is the idea. At some point. Be nice. Silent operation. Okay. So the fan will not spin in silent operation mode. Well, good to know. Now, this power supply looks a little something like this. And it weighs a ton. That's a power supply. Nothing exciting there. Just kind of does its job. Yeah. I really like the music too. This really helps with the building. Alright. Bajillion wires. Ugh. But everything's very much labeled on here, so it's working out pretty nicely. So I need to take a big giant handful of wires and try to find the ones that I want. There's quite a few. Ah, here we go. It's the ATX power, which is what I was looking for. This massive 24-pin power connector that it probably will not fit very well, as they usually don't. Now, what you do with this? No, and this actually comes down. I don't know why I didn't take this off, but here, let me show you. Oh, they screwed that in pretty tight. There we go. Thumb screws. High ass. There we go. Yeah, and that's where the power supply will go. Fit nice and snugly right in there. At least that's the idea. I kind of want to just take this off for a moment. Just kind of see how it fits. So, right in there. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I think I'll try to plug it in like that. Where's my 24 pin at? Here you are. Here you are. It's as big as an Xbox, I know. It's like fucking gigantic power supply. Alright, so I'm not going to plug the 24 pin in yet because they're at the top. So when I plug things in with this in the case, I usually try to start from the bottom. Whereas most people would just kind of plug everything in and then pop it into the case. You know what? I'm going to try to do that. I know I don't, but why not? Let's see what happens. Sometimes it pays off to try something new. Yeah. Click that in there. So, go right in. Super easy. Didn't hurt my fingers whatsoever. Okay. So this for the SATA, which I will need. And then for the GPU and CPU, you're going to need to plug those in as well. Kids these days don't know about the joys of old LAN parties. We actually had one here, Rose. We actually had a LAN party here. We played Diablo 2. It was fun. Tex was basically speed running us through. It was really cool. And I used to play a lot of Diablo 2, and I was just like surprised at how fucking knowledgeable he is at that game. It's just clearly he played a lot more. So I thought I spent so many weekends playing that game. Oh yeah, let's take us right to the CPU. What am I doing? Ah, here we go. So yeah, basically what I'm doing, if you guys can't tell, I'm just basically plugging in each and every one of these power cables, and then I'm gonna slide this in, and then I'm gonna snake all the stuff that needs to be snaked to the various holes here, and plug them into the motherboard and graphics card, which I haven't brought out yet. I usually save that for last because it's just kind of the big thing that gets in the way. So LAN parties and ATA HDDs. Yep. Nice. Yeah, LAN parties are still, you can still do them. Just have to get the right kind of people together. You also need a bunch of computers. Main thing. Laptops these days are actually really great for that because they do make some really decent mid-range laptops, and you can play a bunch of old games on those. I mean, heck, you can just get a bunch of refurbished laptops and hook it up, you know? If you so desire. If that is something you are interested in doing. That goes to the GPU. Both of these do. Ah, yes. I will be plugging in some SATA SSDs in this because I still have to transfer Battletech over to this system. So I'm going to need one of these, preferably. Yeah, just, I think I'm just going to need one. I don't really think I'm going to plug in, because I'm not going to, like, I'll probably hook them up probably on the opposite side here. As there's these little detachable SSD things. They actually have a SSD thingy right here as well, but I'm gonna put them in the front so I can see them. Yep. All right. And I think I'm just gonna double check. I think that might be it. I think I'm gonna actually use that many cables. Checking the front of my case. Ah, yes. CPU power 1 and 2, so I need 2 of those. Excellent. They can see those, Tex. They can see those. Your feet.
Oh.
Not allowed to do that on Twitch, remember. Oops. He's trying his best. He's trying to get all comfy. Yeah. Foot. See, you got your feet. Everyone's like, feet pics. That's right. Text foot reveal. Super exciting stuff. You can see the man behind the voice. Are those gamer guy feet? Text is completely ignoring chat now. You scared him, guys. You scared him.
And I do know it's guys that's the problem. Those ladies that be like, oh, let's go get a pedicure.
But yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Alright. Cool. More PCI Express cables. I like those. Thank you. There we go. Second CPU cable. Because this motherboard is not complete until it has 2 CPU cables. It's just that much fucking stuff in it. Alright. And click. Excellent. Place? Oh, it isn't. No, it's an easy fix. There we go. It's gonna. My GPU doesn't need that many. We're gonna find out real quick. Because of course this also has an RGB link. It's got to be cursed. I swear to God. Yeah. This is supposed to go. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of digital Corsair digital link thing. It exists. It's something that they want you to plug in and try to, I guess, mess with RGB or something. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to plug this in. Oh, let's plug it in. Not a big deal. It's not like I can see this fucking power supply anyway. Yeah. I believe this giant mess is ready. CPU, which is going to come out right up here. Nice and tidy. Another CPU cable. Come out right there. I believe, let's find out for sure. The pins, yep, same place. 24 pin comes out the same place, so that works out as well. So I'm just gonna jam that in there. This is the SATA cables, which I will I'm just gonna snake that guy through that hole there because I need to. I'll fix that later in my own time. But for now, that's just gonna go out that big hole right there. And then whatever this USB thing is, I'm assuming it's some sort of controller. Oh yeah, the Evergreen chip is unstuck now. They got it out. So it's a good day building a computer. Shit got unstuck.
They get that ship out.
What's that?
I guess all the jokes have now sailed on.
Tex said, looks like all the jokes have now sailed off. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Don't kick Tex, please.
Computer.
Don't kick me either. Go, just started kicking his little feet.
Little feetsies.
Yeah,
And their socksies.
exactly. What the heck? Is this for soda? Is this for soda? Oh, how dare you? Yeah, let's go. There we go. Alright. I think that. What's this? Oh, that's for a graphics card. Guess I'll snake that somewhere. Let's get you right here. Surely you'll fit, right? Jesus. Don't look at my cable management. Oh.
Ooh.
Don't look. It's really good, and well, I'll clean it up later, I promise.
Better. Might.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I hope I don't need another GPU cable. 'Cause that won't be annoying. Alright, this is for the fan, I'm not gonna hook that in. Oh, I know where to plug that in. I'm not doing that though. Fuck that. I've already done enough, I think. This thing is very tricky. No. Guess I need SATA power for this too. No, fuck it. Let's just put another SATA cable power thing in here. That'll be great, right? Ridiculous. Oh yeah, cool. It doesn't fit. Gotta do one. Goodness. Yep, that's how RGB works. This is amazing. Oh boy. These connections are super connected, or like they're really connected, guys. You don't even know. Like this thing is totally not in the way, and it fits perfectly. Like, it's amazing. I am just blown away by RGB controller that fits exactly where it needs to and not in my fucking way. God. I kind of just, as I said, I kind of just want to throw it out, you know. But if I get this working, that'll be pretty. It'll be pretty cool. You know. Pins in there, and the pins go right there. Cable management at home. Oof. See, like, it's cool, right? Yeah, I'll get it down there, don't worry. If it's one thing I'm really able to do, I'm able to shove a whole computer back here, that's for sure. Yeah, that'll fit. That'll be a little jank, but you know, who's gonna tell on me? You guys? Come on. Don't tell on me, please. Don't look back here. There we go. Yeah, no, I just gotta screw in the power supply. See ya. All right. Keep. Wow. It is in the on position. Here, let me fix that. Here we go. You know, people who do cable management have an incredible amount of patience. My problem is, at some point, you'll have to get back here and undo your wonderful cable management, and that is the part I worry the most when it comes to stuff like this. Where are you coming from? Oh, it's from the other side of that. Okay. Gosh. I just didn't realize it was going to be this much of a hassle to do all of that. But, yeah. RGB, everybody. Ta-da! Alright, I think it's just about ready to be screwed in and flipped over and all that fun stuff. Let's do the screws now. I'm not going to put all of them in just yet. I'm just going to put a couple in so it stays in place. And then once I have 100% assured myself that I plugged everything in and everything's good, I'll put the last two in. Just want the power supply to just stay in place. Yeah, just put it right here for now. Yeah, I'm not even gonna like screw tighten. I'm just gonna loosely do it. All right, here we go. And all right, cable time. Oh boy, that's for the GPU. It's for the hard drives, which I'll plug in later. This is for whatever that was supposed to be. So JUSB 1. Right? Oh, is it the? Yep. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Such great cable management. Alright. I'm gonna have to flatten this up before I... Oh gosh, don't break anything back there. You just gently sit it down. I'm sure nothing back there's broken. Alright. Let's do a CPU. And I'll just pull him back through so I don't have this extra slack out here. He says confidently. And in. Alright. Next up, CPU cable number 2. Because this Threadripper needs multiple power sources. Because it delivers a lot of AOE. Here we go. It's better, easier to see with all this cable in the way. I got it the wrong way? No? No? Totally had it the right way. Yep, there we go. Cool. You're fine, Mike. Don't say any shades of fear. That's how it knows. Oh, God. I'm trying not to. It smells your fear. It does. It's a problem with any of this stuff. It just knows. Somehow it just fucking knows. Oh, cool. Nope. Gotta flip this over. That was my knife. Let's get this undone here. The problem is that this is currently in the way of my power supply. And it cannot be. And this. Just push this back through. I'll take out the extra slack. Lots of extra slack there. Yeah. So if you guys are ever like, man, building a computer looks like it's a lot of fun. It is. It's a lot of fun. It's more fun when somebody else does it. Yeah, it's just a fan. I'm just gonna pull that out and put that somewhere else. Doesn't need to be in my freaking way. There we go. Cool. And that's in a better place. And that's currently in a bad place. Let's get that in a better place. We're just gonna have it come out of the top one. I actually looped it around another wire. Whoop. There we go. There we go. And out. Cool. Is there a spot open up here? There is. It's just really hard to reach. I don't think I'd want my controller up that high though. Can I come out of one of these little holes? Nope. So much for that. Just stick it out. Just come out of the back with the rest of them. Yeah, you just have to start up there. Yeah, okay. So, with all of that out of the way, now plug the power in to the computer itself. And it's going, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's going on there. All 24 pins connected directly to the motherboard now. Delivering lightning fast lightning. As you know, power supplies do. Okay. We're just gonna bring this guy up here. Actually, where are you at? Yeah. This looks like it's super well connected and totally won't break, right? Alright. Cool. Useless stuff that I gotta somehow jam back here. Alright. Yeah, that looks cable managed. Don't look at that. Yeah, see, look, it's super cable managed now. You don't know. Alright, let me get my graphics card. Alright. So this monstrosity is actually a GTX 1080 that I made a custom, well, I didn't make it. I ordered a custom cooler and I installed it myself. I did this a while back, and it took my GTX 1080 Aero from MSI from 70, 80C to 50. Usually it would stick around 85C, and then I'd have to like quit or whatever. Now it's Now it's in a good place. Stays like a constant 50C on high loads, 30C on not. It's very nice. Yeah, it's honestly it was a bit of a hassle to build. Do some research before doing it. I did a lot before installing this. It was a lot of spreaders and stuff that are on this that need to be put on this. You need to actually know which chips actually need cooling. Unfortunately, I was able to locate that. Okay. Yeah. PCI Express, yep, and I believe this is only going to take one port. It does. Excellent. Well, that's pretty much it. Let me finish wrapping up this cable management back here. Or lack thereof, let's be honest here. That'll fit right there. Nice and snug. Thank goodness that door was removable. So I don't think I can get that door back on here. Let me try. Try getting that little door. You guys don't remember me taking it off, but earlier I took a little door that kind of holds everything back. Find out how well it holds. Oh, it's this looks absolutely hilarious. Oh my gosh. I am so glad that I'm a guy who knows how to do computer stuff. This is so much fun, you don't even know. You guys should try it. You guys should try it. The motherboard does look really nice. Alright, Blaine, you have a good night, man. I'm almost done here, so we're gonna test this thing up and see what I fucked up. So much confidence. It's just, I don't think it's ever gonna go back into that screw hole ever again. No, it did. Yeah. Perfect. Yep, I'm just gonna put this on because I did a good job and I don't need to do anything else. I'm kidding, I need to actually put screws in the back of the power supply. Yeah. We're just gonna tighten this up back here. Then I plug GPU in, and then we're gonna bring up a monitor, and I'm gonna actually post it, or at least attempt to, and do a BIOS update with our little BIOS update device. And that should be good. All right. Power supply is secure and locked into place. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the side panel back on if possible. Let's see if it's even doable anymore. Yeah. Oh. Nobody has to know. It's perfect. It's okay. Just oh, actually, it fits perfectly. Why was I complaining? Except it kind of doesn't now. Oh well. Oh yeah, it's not gonna fit. I'm gonna have to clean that up back there. It's too much. It's this controller. It's just in the way. It's just in the way. How unfortunate for the controller. We won't ever get to see that fancy, super awesome RGB now. It's never gonna happen now, unfortunately. Just not enough space for all the wires. The wires they gave us were too short, and yeah, just isn't gonna happen now, unfortunately. There's no way I can reach everything. Mischief managed, yeah, exactly. Mike, you're fine. The smoke test will prove it. Oh, yes, thank you. It will. The ultimate test. Does it smoke? How much meat can you cook on your Threadripper? That's one of those, like, I have way too much money YouTube channels where they just, like, burn really expensive hardware because they can afford it. Does a Threadripper float in a pool of Pepsi? Let's find out. I fill up this kiddie pool full of Pepsi. I got 400 Threadrippers. I was just gonna see how well they float. That's super cursed. I can't believe that. No, I think people do, like, there are people who do shit like that, but I have not. I'm fortunate that I have not had to witness something so atrocious. That would be nightmare level. Yeah, I've never really damaged a computer to static electricity, and I hope I never have to worry about that. I'm pretty good about grounding things, for the most part. Especially when you have audio equipment. If your computer is not grounded. Okay, so the controller was fine. It's just these other wires that are not. That's understandable. They're pretty bulky. Yeah, so the controller fit perfectly fine. It's just the other shit that just was in the way. Yeah, much better. I can actually tighten it now. Yeah. Oh, kind of. It's a lot further than I got before. Alright. Perfect. Except for that giant, massive bulge on the other side. Wires. Oh well. We don't have to see that. Anyway, so now comes the graphics card. It's fine. Little graphics card. So this little wire is just an extra piece that was a part of the power connector. Doesn't need to be connected in. Just it was included with the Arctic thing for some reason. So I'm just gonna kind of see what parts I need to remove. Okay, so these two guys here. Is that better this way? It really doesn't matter because it will still cover up my fan no matter what I do. Yeah, it's fine. There's a little tiny fan on the motherboard. Shouldn't make that much of a difference. Shouldn't make that much of a difference. Extra wires, extra pieces. Pretty much. 3 spinny boys. 3 spinny boys. 1 GPU. Alright. Just kind of slot this in carefully. Oh! Oh, we actually can't put it up there. That's a first. So I am going to have to put it down here. Because it's actually hitting the RAM. So I got this little back bracket. It's actually hitting the RAM, which is not supposed to happen. That, or actually, it's not hitting the RAM. I'm just, yeah, I'll just stick it up there. So it wasn't hitting the RAM. It was just that I took off the wrong bracket at the top. So if you have, it's one thing with buying RAM is, especially these days, you have to make sure that it will actually fit the clearance level for like coolers and stuff like that. But I was not expecting it to actually get in the way of the GPU. Fortunately, it was just a miscalculation on which slot it's supposed to fit into. Easy to fix. Thank you, Orion. I appreciate that. Set these spinny boys down for a sec while I try to get my bracket back in its little slot. There we go. Stop that little slot there. Get blocked. Here, I'll ask you guys your opinion on this. Okay. So, where should I mount this graphics card? Alright. Should I mount it here and kind of block this little fan, or should I mount it down here and kind of block the other stuff down there? I don't know. What do you think? Bottom? Bottom, top? Bottom? Okay, a couple bottoms. Yes, they are all the same speed. They are all PCIe 4. Huh. Bulk, you're the only one saying to put it on the top. What's your reasoning? I'm curious. No, the motherboard won't have a problem with it. It's really kind of just a choice at this point. I am not loading 3 in. Vertical. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'll solve that debate. Just put a vertical one in here. I don't think it actually gave me a extender with the motherboard. Yeah, you actually could mount the graphics card vertical, and you can see how ugly that is. So that, yeah. Middle gets your vote. Okay. Would it fit? Airflow reasons. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at that. If it's down here, yeah, it could get some kind of airflow. If it's up here, yeah, I think it'll be fine up here, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, if you mount it here, you need a stand to kind of hold it up. I don't have one of those. I also don't have an extender. So yeah, I guess I'll continue mounting it where I was going to originally, at the top. They do. They make PCIe risers. Alright. Now for the graphics card. You see my Frankenstein? I did this.
Okay.
It was all me. Alright. Pretty straightforward. It's not the prettiest graphics card in the world, but it does the trick. Does the trick. Excellent. Now we just take our super long PCIe cable and we just plug it in. All right. If I did all this right, it should just go right in. Problem is that it's one of those adaptable 6 to 8 pin things, but don't worry, it works. Yeah, so I didn't need a second one. Matter of fact, let's take this one back out. Let's use this top one instead. You can pull it back or push it back through. At this point, I'm not opening that other end up again if I can help it. God, I hope I don't have to open the other side up again. Actually, I do when I go to install those fans. Here we go. Yep, it's just gonna have to do this for now. Just for now. I'm leaving this out for the hard drives. So that's good to go. Push that in a little bit. That doesn't need to be like all out there. Yeah, close enough. What else do I need? That's right, I need the fans. Case fans. Specifically, I need to put the one in the back. I waited till everything was in on purpose, because I wanted to make sure that the fan can actually fit. Now, these are not the fans that I'm going to be keeping in the computer. When the new ones come in, I'll swap them out. But these are the ones from my old case, and they should just do fine for what we're doing today. Yeah, just fine. I'm just looking to see if there's any other place to plug this in, but it does not look like it's going to be the case. Yeah, it looks like it'll have to be down there somehow. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yep, just for now. Temporary until I can, until I get the other fans tomorrow. I'm just gonna have that go right there. Oh, well, thank you for the courtesy. Do you need them Y connectors? I should be okay. I should be okay. I got a couple of them down here. Yeah, I'll be alright. It will be alright. It will be okay. I'm only going to put 2 screws in because, as I said, this is just for today. I get those other fans. I'm just going to take these out and swap them. Yeah. I'll swap them. I'll redo the wiring so they're in the right spot. You know, that whole thing. All right, you take care, Thunderclap. Nothing more permanent than temporary solutions. Yep. Well, I do have them coming, so I plan on switching them. It works and it was cheap. It'll do. Who cares if it's the wrong color? It ain't open up to look inside. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Cool. Fans are in place. Well, a fan is in place. The other two just have to wait. Oh, there's the Sonic cable. All right. Well. It's pretty much assembled at this point. I guess the real test is to turn it on and see how fucked up I made this, because I have a feeling something is going to go wrong. But hey, let's be a little optimistic. Let's say something will actually go right. Let's say this thing actually boots. Let's say this thing actually boots. I'll get the monitor. I'll plug it in, and we'll see what happens. Just gonna move all this stuff down here. Gonna clean up later. And then tomorrow, when I get the fans, I'll redo the back end here and actually do it proper and take my time. I've got like a little workbench in my room that I can kind of tear it apart and work very carefully. Okay. Let me go get that monitor. Don't worry, I can see it. I'm looking through the monitor. Alright, so plug this guy up on that port. Display port. There we go. And then the power cable for the actual computer itself. Big beefy boy. Pour in the meat sauce yet? Not yet. I can't christen the computer before it starts. Excellent. All right. Let me get a keyboard. Just realized, yeah, it starts up. I need a keyboard and mouse. Keyboard will be fine for now. There. All right. Now, for the moment of truth. Let's see how this thing starts up. Alright, I flicked the switch. Let's see if the power button actually does anything. Ooh. Oh. Oh, wow. Let me get you guys out of the way here. Let me move you over here on the couch so I can better show you this insanely well-lit computer. I can't see it on the monitor. Always does this every time. Wow. Look at all that RGB. Oh, wait. The case is lighting up. Look at that. Look at this insanity. Wow. How? Computer. Come on, case. Come on, monitor. Monitor always does this every single time. Yeah, I'll just have to restart the computer, I think. Always does this every time. And it started. I mean, that's something, right? Well, I'm not getting any picture, which means that something fucky is going on here. Oh, there we go. Hey, look. It works. Hey. It's just this monitor. I'm sure it posted just fine before, but this one actually takes a while to wake up. I have no idea why. But yeah, look at that. What's it say? 3.70 gigahertz. Yeah. Look at that. It's pretty crazy. 3970, 32 core. And you can see it as well. It booted up. Well, there it is. The editing computer. Hyper-threading performance boost, yes. Hey, transport! Alright. It did technically work on my first post. It's just this monitor's. It's a great monitor when it turns on. Usually I have to wait until it gets into Windows before I can actually see any picture. It's a bit slow in that regard, but it's actually a really nice monitor. I really enjoy it. Should go and pinch Texas toes in celebration. He's shaking his head no, and he looks really, really sad now. Wow, Psyduck, you made him sad. Anyway, yeah, look at this fucking shiny thing. This is insanity. And it's changing colors. Now, let me see if the front I/O, assuming it doesn't break, what it does if I hit this button. Nothing. What about this one? Nothing. Oh, that controls the motherboard itself. Ah, okay. What about this button? Ooh, something. Oh, that's a reset button. Right? Yeah. That's exactly what that was. Interesting. Cool. All right. Fancy buttons on the fancy computer. Let's update this BIOS and that'll be the end of the stream. Any plans for a dual or triple screen, John? I already have all that. I got trees in my case. I should have grabbed my other monitor, at least that one. Yeah, see, I see it. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and update this BIOS since we're here. And I did happen to bring. So, MSI sent me this fine little dragon, which is a USB drive. for purchasing something at their store a long while back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop them in and update the BIOS. I can't show you guys because the I/O on the front is like way too high up, and the I/O back here is way too high up. So you'll just have to take my word for it. So his little head pops off. It's like it just peels back a bit and then turns into a USB port. And so I just kind of put this in the flash BIOS slot, like so, and then my computer explodes. All right, so. All right, we're gonna enter flash mode. We thought we were going to enter flash mode, but then the monitor, oh, it's coming up now. Oh, thank you for the subs. Wow. Yep. So, they didn't name this correctly. I don't know if you guys can see this. You probably can't on that. But they named it Flask Drive, which is fine. I just left it as is. It's just how it came out of the package. And then I'm just going to go ahead and, yes, we're just going to flash it. BIOS is updating. And this should be the latest BIOS. I did put it on there from their website. The RGB does make the camera trip out, because the camera, I think, is freaking... Oh, not really too much. I think it's just the out of focus. And also the date is wrong, but I can fix that. And there we go. BIOS updated. That's pretty much it. You want a computer fact? Well, most computers were made by the government to spy on you and only on you. Have a good night, Will. All right. There we go. The BIOS version's been updated, and now it is ready to be edited on. well, after I install Windows, which I will do at a later, well, later tonight, because it's going to take a minute, so. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. I'm getting pretty tired. That was a nice little fun build, nice little calm stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, the green screen bleed. Anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out with us. And yeah, I'll post on YouTube at the update for how the render turns out. And let you guys know. So until then, you guys take care and have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out.